Beer here back in the fantasy bar. It's Friday. Of course, we're going to rock it out. 5 of my favorite DFS plays, all under 9K on DraftKings. And my favorite bet of the night. What is it? Belly up to the fantasy bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition, Beer's Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Of course, we're having the bar open to get the weekend started, back with 5 of my favorite DFS plays. And as you noticed in the last six-pack, going to start including my favorite bet of the night. The feedback was positive towards that. Got a ton of messages. You guys enjoyed that segment, and the Nets got it done for us. So 1-0 here on our bet of the night segment, so we will continue that. But guys, speaking of betting, if you are missing out on scoresandodds.com, I don't know what to tell you. Time to jump in. Take advantage of these special prices. All you got to do is click the link in the description below the video, scoresandodds.com/beer, to take advantage of these special prices. The guys continue to hand out winners left and right. Last night, a few examples. Easy winner on that over in the Bucks-Pelicans game from our boy Andy Means and our boy Stevie. It's not only NASCAR. Stevie knows his hoops as well. Another easy winner from the guys on the Knicks. -2, easy one there. And, of course, a -5 on Philadelphia from Notorious. But Noto, STL Cards, Andy Means, guys giving out a ton of great information. Again, totals, props, spreads, everything you need, and a ton of information as well. Line movements, public versus sharps, everything you need to make you a better sports bettor, guys. Take advantage. Click that link in the description below and get signed up and get going into sports betting with scoresandodds.com. Now, we are also here to talk DFS on FanDuel and DraftKings with 5 of my favorite plays, guys. And before we get into that, as always, do me a favor. Click that thumbs up button. You guys have been crushing it with that. I appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get notified when these videos are coming out. All right, we got the housekeeping behind us. Let's jump into the plays. We're going to start at power forward with Draymond Green of Golden State. Now, we're finally getting some vintage Draymond here. It was a slow start to kind of ease them in. Well, we're starting to get the guy we know. And what we know about Draymond Green, this guy does not have to score points to make an impact on the court or make an impact in our DFS lineups. This guy is a walking triple-double, and it's usually one of those ugly 10, 12, 11. It's never going to be a ton of points here, but some of those other categories can be super valuable, especially over on FanDuel with the blocks and steals. But recent form, been very, very good like we talked about. 36 or more DraftKings points now in 6 of the last 10 games. This matchup, ideal for Draymond Green. Charlotte really struggles with power forwards. Bottom 3 in the league in defensive efficiency against this position, and prices, hey, we get them under 7,500 on both sites, under 7K on DraftKings. Nice price over there on him. Let's take advantage here. Great matchup for Draymond Green to lead us off here in today's six-pack. All right, let's get you some value at small forward, power forward with Daniel House of the Rockets. So why Daniel House, you ask? I love the upside that this guy can bring to the table. If we look at some of the recent games here, and we're looking for a 6X or higher return for our tournaments, cash games, you're looking for about that 5X. He's certainly giving you that, but that 6X, he has done that now in 3 of the last 4 games. Houston, we know, a lot of guys coming in and out of that lineup did not really affect Daniel House all that much. So I like the role that he's in right now. Going to play some minutes here. They're going to need his offense. DeMarcus Cousins, we know, has been let go. So we can't just be Wall and Oladipo doing everything. I think House can provide that third scorer and a guy that can do more than just scores, which I really like here with Daniel House. Pretty much hits every category on a nightly basis. So at this price, especially FanDuel over at 4,500, we know those blocks, those steals, super valuable there. Some great value there. And even at 5,100 on DraftKings, I think this is a nice value play here tonight that'll mostly be off the radar as we get injuries rolling in. Don't forget Daniel House in your Friday night builds. All right, let's get to it. My favorite bet of the night, we are going to go with a total here, and we are going to go over on the Phoenix and Chicago game. So over 228.5 there. When we talk about an over, what are we looking for? We're looking for 2 teams that can play a lot of offense, and we know these 2 teams can certainly do that, and the numbers bear that out. We look at offensive efficiency, a stat I really like to look at, and both of these teams reside in the top half of the league in that number. Now, I know Phoenix, a better defensive team. In fact, they're in the top 10 in defensive efficiency, but kind of let that slip a little bit here recently. If we look at the last few Phoenix games, we're talking about an average of 240 points scored in those games. So the defense not been playing as well here, so it would easily cruise by this number. And Chicago, they've hit the over now in 5 of the last 8 games. I think this game can shoot out here. I think it could cruise by this total. Grab it here. I think this number is going to go up throughout the day, so make sure you grab this one early before we get up into the 230s. But I would play this one all the way up to about 230 and a half, 231. So even at 228 and a half, you still got some wiggle room there. But I think we get a shootout here going over Phoenix, Chicago over 228 and a half. Our bet of the night, brought to you by our friends over at scoresandodds.com. All right, let's get back to the DFS analysis here. Let's stay in that game. We like a shootout there. We got to like some DFS plays. I'm going to point guard role with Chris Paul of the Suns. Now, you could always go Devin Booker. You could always go Zach LaVine. But I'm going to go with Chris Paul here. We just talked about how we think this game is going to score a ton of points. Well, give me the guy with the ball in his hands a ton, and that's Chris Paul. Another guy playing well right now. Over 42 FanDuel points here in 10 of the last 15 games. So very good form here for CP3. And matchup, Chicago really has struggled here. We talk about offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency a lot here in the fantasy bar. Well, Chicago, bottom 2 in the league against this position here, and a great price here on Chris Paul. 7,500 feels a little bit too cheap. A guy that can definitely give us a 6, 7, potential 8x return here on this number. Let's play the shootout, stack this game. But my favorite play here of this game, Chris Paul of the Suns. All right, we owe you a center. Let's go down low with big man Mason Plumlee of the Pistons. Now, center interesting tonight. We don't have to deal with all the high-end guys, Karl Anthony Towns, Joker, Joel Embiid. We don't have to try to battle those guys when we're picking a cheaper center here. And when I look at the center landscape, yeah, you got some nice options. Gobert, the highest price guy. I like going with Mason Plumlee here, a guy that's really contributing everywhere. We saw a triple-double from him a few games ago, so can get it done in a multitude of ways. 7 block shots in the last 2 games, showing the versatility that he has. The assists have been there. We know the points and rebounds are going to come, especially against the Sacramento team. 3rd most DraftKings points allowed to the center position. Plumlee, a solid option for you. There's upside there. There's a nice floor in cash games. Add it all up. To me, the best center play on the board tonight is Mason Plumlee against the Sacramento Kings. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. But before we do that, guys, we're going to continue our Beast of the Night contest. This is free. This is a thank you to you guys for watching the video, hitting that thumbs up button, sharing the video, the commenting, everything you guys do here in the Fantasy Bar. We want to thank you by providing some free shots at RotoGrinders Premium. How do you play? Simple. Get in the comment section below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my favorite play of the night. The closest guess will win themselves a free 3-day pass to RotoGrinders Premium to check everything out behind the scenes. Or if you're already a premium subscriber, we will send you a free RotoGrinders t-shirt. Who doesn't love free? Let's wrap this baby up. Let's finish the week off. My favorite play for Friday night. You know, Matt's Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We've saved you some money. We're going to spend up here at the shooting guard position with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Thunder, tonight's Beast of the Night. So OKC, we already know, dealing with some injuries. Diallo going to miss once again. Was announced late last night that Al Horford also going to miss this game. So obviously that thrusts even more offense onto the shoulders of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here, and he has certainly responded here of late. We're talking about a guy averaging 51 DraftKings points per game over the last 3. We saw that huge 60-burger the other day, and that shows you the kind of upside that he has. And while we still get him under 9K on DraftKings, I really love that $8,000 price over on FanDuel. So we definitely want to take advantage of that here once again tonight. And DVA, defense versus archetype, something you can find here in RotoGrinders Premium. If you're not a subscriber, take advantage, invaluable information, or win your way in with that Beast of the Night contest. But looking at that, we see Atlanta really struggles with combo guards. We know SGA can play the 1, the 2, it does not matter. Well, Atlanta gives up the most fantasy points to players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it makes sense. Trae Young, we talk about all the time. Offensively, electric. The guy can put points on the board. Defensively, more like a matador here. And I think SGA takes advantage of this matchup here, making him easily my favorite play for Friday night and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up here for Friday night in the Fantasy Bar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 5 DFS picks and my favorite bet of the night. Don't forget, guys, take advantage. I promise you, it's going to help make you a better sports bettor. Scoresandodds.com/beer. Get over there and take advantage. You can pay by the week, the month, or the year, but some tremendous content and premium picks and all the betting information you are going to need to know. Also, can follow me on Twitter at Beermakersfan. And of course, we will be back next week with more videos for RotoGrinders.com. I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck here tonight. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist